This might be the funkiest light I've made yet. Okay, so for this video, I have this birch right here. So I've got it already drilled through, top to bottom. All right, so step one, what I want to do, I've got these 3 branches that were cut right here. So I want to drill holes so that I could add lights on each of these cut branches right there. So, we'll see. I'm gonna make these holes a little bigger. I just wanted to start with a small bit, just as a pilot hole. So we got it drilled out. Our 4 holes there. I went a little too big on these 2 guys, but that's all right. We'll make it work. So I've got a hole drilled out on the back side right here. So I won't need to have the wire coming through right here. I could just pop the wire right out, have the cord be on this side, and just run directly in there. So with that, I'm just gonna have this flat base on there. This is just a scrap piece of plywood. So I'm gonna cut this down, sand it, put some finish on it, make it pretty. And this will be the base, and then we'll just have the cord popping right out there on the back side. Okay, next up, we'll be running some wire through this guy. Okay guys, so this is where I'm at right here. So I started with, I don't even remember anymore. I think I started with this guy. And so if I pull this, it pulls from the bottom. And then if I pull this, it'll pull from the middle. So my plan is, what's my plan? I'll just have to go from the bottom for the power cord and then run that one also up. So I'm gonna go for it. Pull this one all the way. Make sure you don't pull it or loop through. If I could go up, I don't think I can. And then I just need to run the power cord. But we got our wires set for this guy right here. You know, not in love with these loops, but without having a solid base, we're just gonna have a flat base. We're not gonna have any room for junction down here. So, power cord. All right, so there's our power cord, about a 5-footer, should be plenty long. So we are wired in. Now we're ready for sockets. Okay, so I got these little decor pieces right here. These are little plastic, fake glass looking pieces. I believe these are also plastic here. But these are off old lamp fixtures. So I want to incorporate these guys onto our new light right here. Okay, so for this I'm going to be working with threaded rods as per usual. I've got a tin of washers. These are from old lamps, some old nuts here, and some more threaded rod that I've just collected from these old light fixtures. I'm just going to kind of see what all this will look like. First things first, before I get too crazy. Alright, so our threaded rods are set. So I have this crown piece right here. I think I want to add this guy on the top right there. If we were to do that, problem on that one, and that one is such a pain in the butt to get the, yeah. Alright, so there is 2 of 4 that have little crowns on them. I've got this guy, I got a hair tie around it from back when I had long hair, but saved my hair ties and it came in handy. So I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit and then I'll get these next 2. So I'm gonna prep their crown pieces right now. Trying to wire a freaking lamp here. I've definitely seen this deer before. It's got some scars on the front of its face. It's a mama deer. Can you see the baby? There's the baby. Oh, yep, 2 babies. Okay guys, so here's where we will be leaving off on our lamp for the night. So I've got our top crown piece right there. Oh, don't knock it over. So there's our top crown piece. That's completely custom, by the way. All completely custom. And then we got this piece right here. This little arm right there. We got the washer. I'm gonna have that held on there for the night. I've got it glued down. I've got some wood putty and glue on these guys. I think I'm off to a good start here. All right guys, so what we're looking at here is our lamp that I have glued down and tied down. So this was a ton of fun. I would not have been able to do this on camera. I would have gotten too stressed trying to do this on camera. But I got this guy tied down so that these guys will hold because I have them glued down. I have these washers in place right there just as decor pieces. But I did also have to assemble this little box right here. So I assembled this guy because I I will say that this is going to get a dimmer. At first I was just going to give it a on-off switch, but let's give it a dimmer. I've got 2 dimmers here, so I'm not going to use both dimmers, but I will use one dimmer. So we're going to throw a dimmer on this puppy. I didn't really do any work on camera today. All I did was just add these 2 arms right here and just got it all glued down. So I'm going to let this dry. Hopefully the glue holds. This will be a fragile lamp as it's held together with glue and not screws or trim nails. So I'm going to check on it tomorrow. I think it's going to be good. I'm just going to keep it held in place for the night. I'll let it dry for the night and we'll come back to this mañana. So we're on day number, can't even remember anymore, maybe 3 or 4, but all right, let's get some bulbs thrown on this. Thrown on this guy. Ooh, 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 ooh. Gotta love an uneven table. Wah, 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 wah. So we've got our box for this guy, and if you're a follower of this channel, which there's a good chance you're not, so what I did, a little goof. If you're a follower of this channel, leaves are falling like crazy. So if you're a follower of this channel, you'll know that on each project I've got multiple goofs. So when I was first starting on this project, my plan was to have just a piece of plywood, just a 4.5 by 4.5 piece of plywood as the base here. As it turns out, I wanted to add a dimmer onto this thing, so to have a dimmer, I need to make a connection for the dimmer switch going to the lamp wires. So I do need a base. So I built this base here. So I'm gonna mount this guy, but these wires coming out the back right here, I actually need them to come out of this hole right here. And I can't just run them down because these wires have the plug on them, so there's no way of me slipping them through. So I'm just gonna have to notch this part right here, and then I'll probably just fill it in with some wood putty. It is what it is there. So I'm gonna just cut a little sliver right there, just so I can sneak this wire through so that it'll pop out the bottom. Then I'll be able to get the wires ran through in here, down into this bottom section. Got a few things to do here before I can get this guy fully wired in. Right. It's pretty good there. So let's see. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Okay, so right now I'm just drilling out the hole for our dimmer switch. I'm gonna be putting that guy just right here on the front. All right, so there we'll have our button for the dimmer right there. That's how we're looking on the inside. So tight fit, but I was able to make it work. Next up, I want to just get this thing, I want to throw some wood putty just all over this thing. Corners. Okay, so while I wait for my base to dry with the wood putty, I'm gonna go ahead and get these sockets wired in. So I've got 4 sockets here. So on 3 of these wires, I've got on 3 of these sockets, I've got 2 sets of wires. This one is just the single wire. So my challenge is going to be these sockets, they snap into place in here. So I kind of just got to push them into place. So my challenge is going to be pushing them into place without breaking the glue that I had set. So overall, this piece is, I'm considering it fragile. So I just got to be careful as I do this here. Let's see if we can get this slipped on. I think this one might be the least fragile, but that's in there. Alright, so that's in there. Okay, 1 of 4. Oh, there it is, the glue. So, yep, glue came loose. Ah, there it is. So I might need to have to use, well, we'll just keep going, whatever. Just glue it back down. It's all good. Number 3, this guy also broke off. Yep. Okay. That's fine. Alright, we got the inspector here for number 4. Just making sure that I don't mess up. Pressure's on. Oh, well, the only one that stuck was the one when Missy was around, so inspector or good luck charm. I'd say good luck charm on that one. This one's holding firm. These 2, I need to add some adhesive. This guy's doing, yeah, I need to add something here. Yep. Okay, so I just got to add some stuff here. Finishing touches just to get all this stuff nice and set. Go. Okay. This will be the base for our lamp. Just got some wood finish on there. Okay guys, where we left off on this lamp was the adhesive chapter. So I got this guy nice and secured. I added some caulking on here, so everything is holding down pretty nice. So what I'm gonna do now is finish this bad boy. So I'm gonna add our dimmer right here. I'm gonna mount this guy right there. I'm gonna wire in this dimmer, and I'm gonna get this guy screwed onto the base. I'll get the bulbs thrown in there, and we'll see our new light. Alright, so there's our dimmer on there. Just gotta get this wired in. I'm also gonna get this bottom closed up. Most lamps, they just use like a felt sticker. If I could find some felt stickers, that'd be awesome. Alright, so the dimmer has these two black wires. And then you'll see here that I've just got one wire coming out here, and it's got the plug on it. So this lamp wire, if you were to look at a lamp wire, so here's our lamp wire. So you'll notice right here, one of these wires has some writing on it. One of these wires does not have writing on it. The one that does not have writing on it, you'll see it's got these little ridges running on the wire, whereas the wire with the writing on it is smooth. Ridges, smooth. Smooth wire, one smooth wire to the other smooth wire. On our power supply line, I'll grab our wire with the ridges, the neutral, and that guy will go to this neutral right here. Our other dimmer wire, our other hot, will go to the plug side, the hot wire on the plug side. So let me throw in some bulbs and show you guys what I've been planning here all along.